You know what? You don't freeze because it is hard when in the midst of that job, right? You're freezing because part of you is trying to prove that you're never good enough in the first place. Let that sit for a second. Like just let that clock. Because if it is just hard, what would happen? You lean in. You will try and figure it out. You would stay with it, whatever that hardness is. And that's what capable people would do, right? When we say that word. But that's not what happens, is it? Not really what happens. What happens is that when we start saying things are hard, we start overthinking, start getting tightened, start putting back and like start like, oh no, no, it's not for us. Not because we can't do it, but because something you already expecting it to go wrong because you've labeled it as hard. So the moment anything shifts, right, in those times, you don't respond to the moment. You're just confirming the story that you already said. It's hard. So yeah, let's talk about that in today's video. And when we just say the word, just, you know. And also, if this is landing and you like this, don't forget to click on the like button, subscribe if you haven't already done so. Because, yeah, this is exactly what we do in this space. And because you already know this isn't about learning more. It just takes you in that second of like, okay, this is hard. And then your body starts reacting to that. Remember in previous videos when we talked about the before, during, and after? Like, you've already thought about this is going to be hard for you. What's going to happen? You say it's hard, you're feeling hard, and then you're watching for it to actually happen to show you're anticipating the failure to happen before it even happens because of the word you're using. When we're landing and we're going with that phrase, because you're not reacting, you're recognizing the story that you already rehearsed so many times. Because you are saying this thing is hard, you are now, you try something once and oh, it's hard. I can't. One time you did something and then, oh no, that thing's hard. Uh, that's it. It's locked in. Because your brain just does what it knows. It doesn't do what you want. Even though you're saying it is hard, doesn't mean that you're intentionally wanting to give up or you're intentionally wanting to stop the thing you're doing. But our internal child, our thoughts, our brain is like it hears hard. Remember RAS, the reticular activating system, goes looking for evidence of why that thing's hard. Why that thing it is not as it is. Because you said it's hard, it will show you why it is hard. We just say, oh, it's hard. You still wanting to, but now the brain is going to support the word, not support your supposedly intention that you wanted. It's just going to go with what you're saying and give you that evidence of why what you're doing right now is hard because you are capable, right? Let's just like, look, let's say it this way. You've done the training, right? You've put yourself out, like, learned the thing. And now you're in a situation and now feel like, oh, this is bad. And because you're now under pressure, you're now like, oh man, I can't. All these different stories, meaning, we're such giving machine of like something happens and we're just giving a meaning to it. It might not even be the real thing, but we make it up, right? Because you know what to do and you still do not do it. You're just saying like, oh man, when uh, the client says their stuff, man, that thing's hard, like if you can't get it, you're just casually saying something that is now becoming your truth. And then you're rehearsing the behavior. Every time you're in that similar situation, the same thing is happening again. It's just constant. It's just repeating. It's self. Because We think, oh, okay, I just need to go and do one more training in this area. Da, da, da. Not a skills issue. It's an identity issue, how you see yourself, the words you're using. The brain wants to keep us safe. So it's going to do everything to protect us. So if you're saying something is hard, then that's what's going to show up. When I was told that, okay, being dyslexic, you can't be an interpreter, for me, it wasn't that I was scared in moments where things were like, ooh. I was more worried about being found out. So my heart was like, oh my God, if I get caught, if someone catches me out, I get found out. That's the driver. So when you use words like it is hard, it is not necessarily like the thing. It could be a knock-on effect. It could be that you, a fast speaker, and they throw you off. Oh man, this is hard, you know. Ah, I just could not handle it. There was just the person was just speaking, oh, the person had an accent, or just could not like, and then we're labeling it as hard. It's just the pressure we're on in that moment. It's just whatever is showing up in that time that we get to just really understand what's going on. Because the brain thinks this is a threat. Hard. Ooh, alarm bells are going in our brain. This is now going to be a threat to the identity we have for self. If this thing is hard, we do not do this. We need to reserve and save our energy. We are not going down that lane. And that's where this now becomes a loop. Oh man, this is hard, you know, if I mess up, it's like, and then you're before you even go, it's like, man, that this, when I've done jobs like this, I found it very difficult. I found it so hard to like deal with, like, and then if I mess up, then this will happen, da, 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 da. And that's what you're thinking before you even start the job. You're really thinking in those lines, and then you start the job, and then something happens. Here it is, you see? I said so. Look, it's happening. And then afterwards, the job is happening. Like I just knew. I knew that. Like, didn't I say it was hard? I said it right. And then now look, see how I messed up during the job. And then I knew. I said it was hard. It's hard for me. I'm not good enough in this thing. Here goes the loop. The cycle continues. Unbeknownst to us, we're just doing this not knowing. We're saying something, our brain wants to support us and all those things. And then you especially if like you're trainee and you're still in the process of becoming fully qualified, you now say, oh, I don't have the experience. No, it's not that. It is your conditioning. You have conditioned yourself to think that this is the case. I'm not ready. I'm not good enough. This thing is too. You're just playing that loop. And this is what we need to break that pattern and stop this loop that is happening because that's not the case. Our words have power and our brain's going to go looking. So it's not that oh, what I truly want us to understand is you don't need to be better at interpreting right now. No, because we're comparing our day one to somebody else's day 100 or 50 or whatever that is. I'm thinking, man, this is hard for me. I don't know how people do it. I can't. This, da, 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 da. Comparing someone who's been doing this thing for years and who has, like, even if it's you, like, who has been doing a certain domain and they're used to it, and then you're just testing waters, you're just going in and, oh my goodness, I cannot. And then you start saying things about being hard. Of course, you're gonna see evidence of why it's hard. So you get to stop proving to yourself that you're not ready. Stop it. I speak to so many readily, like they know their stuff. but you're waiting to get to that final stage, to do that final thing because, oh, I'm not ready yet. I just need a break. I need a year. I need this. I need to work on this area. I need to improve this. I need to do this before I go and finally go and get the final certification. Like how? It's the story we're giving ourselves. It's what we're doing. We don't need that. We need to change our story, the identity, how we see ourselves. Because you have already had moments when you've handled things well, when you were badass, when you were like, oh my goodness, you did that. You've had that. You've had so many opportunities to show that you are capable, you are skilled, you've got this. But the problem is, we don't stay there. We don't hold on to those memories. We don't hold on to those things that show that we're it. Instead, we focus on that. Oh man, you see how they looked at me and how they like, and how I like this and that. Holding on to that. I want us to really understand and let it make sense. You have had situations and where you've had such great interaction, your voiceover was just kind of like just flowing, articulating the tonality, everything, the expression, like it was there, you had it. But we get hung up on when we missed a sign or a word or whatever that is, and something happened, and then we get flustered and we think, oh yeah, see, I'm not good at it. I need to wait. I'm not ready yet. I need to wait off. I need to do this. I need to do that. Da 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 da. Da. And remember, the loop continues, continues. And here's the thing. I look. This has been my experience of feeling. And the thing is, like, we don't understand that it is not just our body is responding to all these things as well. The tension, the phrase, like the knuckle, the this, like all this pains in the body, like where we're holding all this stuff. We get to change the narrative. We get to change what it is that we are like we're focusing on. It is not hard. It is unfamiliar. You are we're working on it. We're getting used to it. It is not hard. Because when we use that word hard, our brain locks in, starts giving us, showing us evidence. I want us to start thinking of it as being unfamiliar. We're training ourselves to get to the point of it becomes second nature for us. We're learning the stuff. It's unfamiliar. It is not hard. Hard blocks the circle, like the brain locks in. It's unfamiliar. We're working to get it familiar. We're getting used to knowing, and with practice and rehearsal, we then start knowing how to do it better. Change the word. Stop focusing on the hardness. It's not hard. It's just unfamiliar. Right now, the more we get ourselves into that situation, the more we do it and start practicing and start understanding, we start getting, and remember, everything we do, every time we get it right, every time we do something, we celebrate. It doesn't have to be like, yeah, like, I do sometimes. We just have to have that acknowledgement. Oh, I did that. Like sometimes I just say to my, oh, did I just say that? Like in my head. And no one has to know. I'm like, smile to myself, like, yeah, we need to start reinforcing what we want and reinforcing and leaving a job going, oh man, oh, that was horrible. Oh man, that was hard today. I just could not figure it out. Like this was not good. Mm-mm. Change it. Man, that was something familiar. Okay, all right. We get to like anchor it up next time so that next time we're in this situation, we are like we because this is the thing. If you leave the situation thinking this is hard, your body, your nervous system locks in, and then it tightens, so your heart starts racing, or you start having like whatever that shows up for you. But the next time you're in that situation, you might have consciously forgotten the exact scenario, but your body remembers. And then that tension comes in, and that feeling of like, ooh, and then you're like on urge and like, dude. But if you had left the unfamiliar situation and gone, well, okay, we're working on this. Okay, let's see what we can improve. We did that. Like, and then you go back to it. Your body feels like, oh, we survived this last time at least. Like we were okay with this situation. It wasn't as bad. Like we can do this again. The body remembers. So let's drop hard from our vocabulary from now on. We're not using that word anymore. It is just unfamiliar. We're learning, we're practicing, we're getting used to it, we're rehearsing, and we're using, like, now understanding the thing. It's so funny when I like, when I meet people and they're like, "Oh yeah, this is hard." Like hard, like, and they look at me funny, like hard. I'm like, I don't sign up for hardness. It was just unfamiliar. We just got used to it. It's a whole new different atmosphere. We were like, I mean, we've done it now. We'll come again, and then we'll start getting familiar with the situation. Just unfamiliar. So yeah, it's all about the awareness. Once we can truly understand what is the thing that is our vice, and then we can then start working with the body, working with the mind, working all these things to start making it, and then doing it, repeating, like working all those different angles. We become it, become that which we want. And I'm having a cohort of where we get to do this together. I am so excited. We finished up actually last month we did. And yes, it is happening again. I'm putting together a group of us to get to really understand what is going on, what is happening when we're in those moments, before, during, and after. What are the things, the language we're saying, the things that is rolling. This is not a space to like sharpen or increase which is like the learning. You got that. You're getting that. This is about what is going on behind the our ears, the 4 pound flesh that is called our brain that's in us. How do we now make it to align to the thing that we're doing to make sure that we're showing up for self? If that speaks to you and you want to be part of it, just put it. Let's use the word familiar. Go in there and then let's have conversation, and I'll send you the information. I also put the link there to, like, if it's something that you're interested in, like, let's do this because this gets to be easy. I mean, easy is another thing. It's like just gets to be familiar. Yeah, another word, like sometimes using easy as well can be like, but yeah, familiar. Let's do this. I am Nene. We do this every single day. Remember that your voice matters and it's your time to use it. Bye for now.